Victoria, so good to see you. Today, we are sharing our retirement readiness checklist. We have 5 steps to help everybody prepare for the next chapter. So start planning now for the lifestyle you want and what you will need financially to get there. Step number 1, love it. Define your retirement. This is not about your budget. This is your
No.
bucket list. Why is this step number 1?
Yeah. Actually, Erin, I would start even beyond that. I agree with you, it is not your budget. I would start with the basics of how are you going to spend a typical Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to be volunteering? Are you going to be watching the kids that day? Start looking at how you're going to fill your day. The second thing I would encourage folks to do is think about where you're going to live. Are you going to be downsizing your home? Are you wanting to move to a state where there's no state income tax? Or are you going to be wanting to live closer to where your children and grandchildren live? The third thing I would encourage folks to do is you know what you're retiring from, but what are you retiring to?
Right.
Your job does quite a few things for you. First, it gives you a paycheck. And for the folks that are retiring, you've probably already figured out where that's coming from. But it also provides you with structure, community, and a sense of purpose.
Right.
And when you retire, those all 4 are critical for those that are going to enjoy retirement. People are not so concerned about running out of money in retirement. They're more concerned about what am I going to do?
Right. I think that one's often overlooked. Okay, number 2, this one is a little bit related. Take stock of your assets beyond your bank account and retirement assets. You suggest writing down your passions and unique assets, and then maybe think about how they could generate part-time earnings in retirement.
Absolutely. I mean, folks come to us and absolutely understanding where your assets are, the traditional financial is very important. So put that on one page. Your 401ks, 403bs, 457s, pensions, rental income, etc. Then on the other, write what you know how to do. What are your skills? Who's in your network? What are you known for? If you were, for example, a teacher, you might find that tutoring provides you with joy in retirement. Or let's say you were an accountant and now you might do a little bit of bookkeeping for some small businesses in the chamber. That does a couple things for you. One, it gives you that purpose, but it also can bring a little extra income that affords you the opportunity of delaying Social Security or putting less pressure on your retirement accounts.
Right. Really good point. Number 3, evaluate your health. Healthcare is often one of your biggest expenses in retirement, so work now to get or stay healthy.
Right. We often say, like, without health, you have no wealth.
Yeah.
So start with the basics, get that physical, get that regular lab work done. It is far less expensive to manage and monitor your health than it is to take care of it if you become ill. So definitely take a proactive approach there. The second thing, let's say you retire at 62, Medicare starts at 65. So you really need to think about what those costs for that insurance, that gap period is going to cost you on an annual basis and plan for that. The third thing I would encourage folks to do is to think about what your long-term care plan is going to be. Fidelity just came out with a recent study that said if you make it to 65, a husband and wife has an 80% chance that one of you will need care. And care is extremely expensive. And there's some long-term care insurance opportunities that are available that can really help you leverage and protect your retirement dollars.
All right. Step number 4, create a retirement budget. So I hear the word budget a lot. What does this mean exactly?
Right. Well, actually, I tell you, when we talk to folks that are still working and I ask that question, it's like getting deer in the headlights back at me going, the money comes in, we pay all of our bills and we have money left over. So when you're working, you really don't have to think about that so much. And now in retirement, you have a finite amount of money and we don't want to get that wrong.
Right.
So I encourage folks to do 2 things, right? On the left side, I would encourage you to put down what are your basic expenditures to manage your household, repair costs, utilities, car insurance, health insurance, cell phone, all of those are the basic expenditures. On the right, put down your aspirational expenses. That's the dining out, the travel, country clubs, golf memberships. So you have a clear understanding of what it costs to live your lifestyle.
Right.
The second thing I would tell folks to think about is that your retirement isn't a straight line of expenses. If you listen to other of our podcasts here, we've talked about how the first 12 years, that really should be your go-go years, your healthiest years. So maybe we front load more of those aspirational expenses. Second phase is the slow go years and then the no-go years.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take that into consideration when you're planning out your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is that this may be the first time where you're responsible for paying the taxes. Because while you're working, your employer's taking money out of your paycheck each period to set aside money for taxes. Now that you're retired, you may have to be planning for quarterly payments on those tax bills. Last part of this is to consider that if you need $100,000 this year, well, taking into consideration inflation in 30 years, you would need about 200 or more adjusted for inflation.
Yeah, inflation, silent thief in the night. Last step, as we speak of our budget, determine when to claim Social Security. This is one of the most important decisions you will make in retirement.
Yes, it absolutely is. Your Social Security is one of your biggest assets, and it needs to be actively managed accordingly. For most people retiring now, their full retirement age is 67. They'll get their full Social Security benefits. If you elect to take it early, you'll see here that you would receive 70% of those benefits. That's a 30% pay cut. To contrast, if you wait to 70, you get an extra 24%. So those are big swings. So you need to take into consideration your health, whether or not it's a husband and wife, and how we're going to optimize Social Security over two individuals, and what are your other income sources. So the bottom line message here is that you want to really give this consideration, thought, do some analysis before pulling that trigger.
You know why I always really enjoy speaking with you, Victoria? It's clear that this is so much more than just a financial equation. I really love that you're always thinking about the emotional component too that goes into retirement, which I think a lot of people overlook. So if somebody would like to sit down and work through this checklist with you, see if they are ready for retirement, what's the best way to reach you?
They can contact us at info@vitalityinvestments.org.
Perfect. Again, Victoria, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.